So last time we were here, I promised you a story about how God started to give me the faith that I had asked Him for.
The only reason I'm here is because I'm kind of in the story.
So this happened at least 7 or 8 years ago when we were living in Maryland, and Brett worked at an academy there, and he had a drama team. And sometimes the team would travel, and of course I would travel with them.
Yeah, we had like 2 vans or 3 vans. But anyway, I would drive one with some guys in the equipment, and then Miranda always had like the rest of the team with her.
Yeah, like a dozen girls.
It was
basically.
mostly girls. I had like 3 guys on the team.
Yeah. So there was a trip scheduled in February for a Friday and Saturday, and we were going to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, no, I did not schedule this trip. We wouldn't have left till after lunch. But
It's true.
6 in the morning, here we go.
He did not schedule that trip. But there we were, and snow was coming down, and so at the last minute, I throw on my coat, and I grab my backpack, and I open the front door to head out to the van, and all of a sudden I realized that instead of just this light fluffy snow coming out of the sky, the wind was blowing the snow literally horizontally across the yard.
I had never seen snow like that. I'd seen a snowstorm. I'd even been in a whiteout before, which is, I had never seen the snow come completely sideways before, and that's what this was doing, like completely sideways. It was weird.
Yeah, it literally was just sideways. So I had lived in Alaska for 10 years, and I said there is no way that I'm going out in that kind of weather with nothing but a pea coat on. So I slammed the front door shut, and I ran down to my room and exchanged my coat for my warmest winter coat. Well, we got on the road, and I had my dozen girls in my van, and Brett had his 3 guys and equipment in his van. And it should have taken us an hour to get to Baltimore, which is our first stop.
Yeah, Hagerstown to Baltimore is about an hour, and man, it took us forever.
It took us 3 hours to get there, and the girls had fallen asleep, but by the time we got to Baltimore, they started to wake up. And they wanted to use the bathroom, and so I radioed ahead to Brett, and I said, hey, any of you guys need to use the bathroom? And he said, nope, nobody here.
We had CB radios, I think, instead of using cell phones. I love CB radios, and so we had CBs in each one of the vans, and it was kind of cool. Well, at least until you guys stopped for the bathroom.
Yeah, because I must have picked the only gas station in all of Baltimore that had one working bathroom. One toilet, okay? And so not only did my dozen girls need to go, but anybody else who had stopped at that gas station. And so it was quite a bit of time before we got back on the road.
And I went kind of slow, thinking maybe they'll get you. I had no idea it was that kind of like long way.
And I usually tend to have a lead foot, but not with a dozen girls in a snowstorm. In a van. So we got back on the road, and all of a sudden I started seeing signs that said that I was going to have to stop and pay a toll. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? Because I don't have any cash on me.
And see, I had already been through the toll. And I thought it wasn't like a big toll, but in my head I was like, oh, she's got money. She'll get money. She's no way she's going to go through a toll and not have money. Sure, she has money. So I paid the toll and went on.
No, I stopped carrying cash when we lived in Las Vegas because, when people would ask me for money, I couldn't help myself. If I had cash on me, I'd give them money. And so finally I quit carrying cash just so I could honestly say, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me. But anyways, little side story there. But there I was, no cash on me, and I was going to have to pay for a toll. And I thought, well, I could ask the girls, but that just seemed really, really awkward.
Yeah, I didn't have any awkward at all because I actually didn't have cash on it, and I turned to one of the guys and said, pay the man, give me the money. So I had no problem with that, but I understand people are different.
Thank you. Different is a good thing.
Different is a good thing. Yes, this is true.
Yes. So anyways, I was kind of worried how I was going to pay for that. So I know you can use your card, but then it costs you more money somehow or other, and I didn't want to do that. So all of a sudden I looked at the passenger seat next to me, and I saw my warmest winter coat. Oh, and then I smiled because I knew exactly how I was going to get the money, because 1 week before, I had decided to unpack my warmest winter coat. Well, we had moved the summer before, and now it was February, and so I had finally decided to unpack my warmest winter coat. So when I unpacked it, I had to go through all of my pockets because I always keep junk in there, like the receipts, and Aspen would give me little rocks and stuff to put in my pocket.
Yeah, Aspen would always bring us a look, here's a rock. Oh, it's very nice, sweetie. Here's dirt. Oh, love that dirt, sweetie. And their pockets are full of rocks and dirt and butterflies.
It's true. So I cleaned those all out, and then there was this little zip pocket on the arm side of the jacket. And so I thought, I don't know why anything would be in there, but I'll just unzip it to make sure. Well, I did. When I opened it, I found $3 and change. And it was fun. But I thought, I don't need $3 and change right this minute. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it back inside the pocket and zip it back up. And sometime I'm going to find it again. And it'll be just as much fun as it was this time. So I did that. Well, here we were. And I needed money for a toll. And now I realized I had money in that little pocket. It was $3 and change, and I hoped that it was going to be enough. Well, when we pulled away from the toll booth, I had about 12 cents left. And I was so excited because I knew that this was one of those faith-building experiences that God had just given me. And I know that a lot of you could look at that story and say, well, that was nothing but coincidence. But you know what? When you look at it, I had that jacket in a box since the last summer. And now a week before the trip, I decide I'm going to unpack it in February. And then I go through all the pockets, including the little zip pocket on the side of the arm. Why would you put something in there? And then I just so happened to have pretty much the right amount of money for the toll. And I wasn't even planning on taking that jacket with me. It was going to be inconvenient to take that one. So yes, I choose to believe that it was God showing up, and I hadn't even known that I needed that at all. And yet God knows what we need since the beginning of time. And He has plans for us. He wants us to have that faith relationship with Him, that living out of a loving relationship with Him. And so the first couple of experiences like that were fun. And so make sure and join us next time because we'll have more stories that.
Mine won't be like that because God knows that if I find money in my pocket, I'm headed to the store, and Candy Bar Town it is. So He works with us in ways that He can. Yes. So.
It's true.
So thanks for joining us. We will tell more stories of faith building and our experiences and share with us your stories as well.